In the past few months, Microsoft has completely changed the way that they organized certifications. And by merging the MB, PL, and MS series into one new bucket called AI Business Solutions, we also got 4 new certifications that are related to AI and M365 Copilot. Today I have the pleasure of being joined by Tiago Costa,
Thank you so much.
Old friend, Microsoft MVP, MCT, and I probably have all the titles at Microsoft to talk about those. Tiago, you're super popular in the learning community, but for the few people that don't know you, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. So basically, I work as an AI and cloud architect, and I also teach. I teach a lot in the classroom. It's kind of one of my big passions, being in the classroom. Passing the knowledge to new generations and even current, even older generations too. Okay, because the idea is always pass new knowledge to the people. And like Vlad, I like to do conferences and speaking, and so that's kind of me focusing a lot on the AI and also on the Azure space. Okay,
that's amazing. And between us two, we actually took all the AB certifications.
Yeah.
So first of all, I want to take your opinion. So far, we have 4 of them. We have an architect level 1,
AB-100.
AB-100. We have Copilot Administration Fundamentals, which is a 900 level.
Yes.
And then we have, for the first time ever, 2 of them for business users. Mm-hmm. Was that on your bingo card this year? That we're going to get business user certs?
No, definitely not. Okay. I was hoping to have some more like Copilot fundamentals. I was like, that's definitely needed. Yeah. And I think that was not a surprise when they launched that one, at least not for us in the industry. But not the architect, and definitely not the business users. That one, I was like, wow, that could be a good idea because, business users can actually do a lot of push, for Copilot and AI in companies and, making actually really use of the AI tools. It's the key to unlock a lot of the productivity is not just having the tools, right? It's knowing how to use them and the power that those tools have. So I think it's a great move.
Okay, and you mentioned Copilot fundamentals, but for me, in a way, I see this, the 730, the AI Business Professional, I see that in a way as Copilot fundamentals. And I know you're yet to take that one.
Yes.
You have it scheduled. It's a lot about using Copilot, of course, based on the name, and creating agents.
Creating agents,
so you're going to have a lot of fun with that one. But let's talk first of all about the one that we both took, which is the AB-900.
Yes.
What did you think about that one, first thoughts?
Well, to start, I think it was a very fair, certification. We took it in beta, so
it might change by the time it goes live.
Exactly. For the audience, you need to take our, conversation here with a small grain of salt because, things might change when the certification is GA, basically generally available. But in beta, I think was actually a good, fair question. Yes, look, I'm not going to lie here, but there's some questions, like I get like 2 or 3 questions that were a bit weird.
Oh, but that's always the case.
One of them I thought, well, this is actually needs some polishing here, but that's why it's a beta, okay? And I gave my own feedback on that. I said, hey, look, this should be more like this, so that, now the authors of the exam, they can polish things. And they do, okay? But I think it was actually a very fair question for the objective domain. So all the things that they say that will be on the exam, I thought that, I read that before the exam, I went for the exam, and to be honest, I didn't found anything on my exam that was like totally out of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it was a fair representation of a fundamentals certification, okay, which is, for people that don't know what a fundamental certification is just for people that are getting started in that technology. It's not for people that work for like 5, 6, 7, 8 years in the industry doing this. For those, usually those fundamental certifications are really easy.
Should be really easy.
Should be at least, exactly.
One of the things I had, and I want your opinion on it, and I fully agree with you, the questions match the objective domain. But the objective domain is so wide.
Yes, that is true.
I feel like in most enterprises, your average admin doesn't touch everything from Exchange Online to SharePoint to Purview to SharePoint Advanced Management to Enter ID to all of that. There's just so many things that And again, this is the fundamentals. You don't need, like you said, you don't need to know how to do stuff when it comes to the exam. You need to know what stuff is, where it is, but you're not going to get questions on write me the PowerShell commandlet to do it.
Definitely not. And usually fundamentals, they're like in the describe level, which is just, hey, you need to describe what X is, Y is. So you just need to know what it is. Still, like you say, agree, the objective domain is really, really wide. And we have lots of stuff from usually things that, like PureView. For example, I don't work that much personally, with PureView on a daily basis. That's not my thing. I know what it is. I work with people that actually do 100% of their time with PureView. I need to interact with them. So that stuff is okay. I know what it is. For me, the certification was fine. But I guess that for a lot of people that are taking this fundamental certification, so the exact audience, which were not us. Okay, that's the thing. They might not have experience, even in a described way, of certain of the technologies that was in the exam objective domain. But I also see this as a challenge for those people. It's an opportunity for them to know that there's other stuff out there, not just what they work with. And then they can actually, research a little bit, and it's like it's just described, so they don't need to go deep into it, and actually know and learn a few more things, okay?
You're saying something really interesting, that it motivates people to learn about other things. And I was talking with somebody at Ignite, an attendee, and what they said really stuck with me is, this is what Microsoft wants an M365 admin to be. They want them to know Purview. They want them, even if they're not the ones configuring it, they want that if ever a business user asks them, how do I protect this kind of content? Hey, it's this feature in Purview. I'm not going to be the one doing it, but I'm not going to say, I have no idea if we can do it.
Exactly. That's the thing, is knowing that those features are there, and that is possible for, there's this Purview thing that I think it can do this, because when I took the certification, I talked about this. Okay, so definitely that'll be the goal, okay, for the certifications.
And another question I had for you for this one, you're probably going to teach classes on it. Very probably.
Very probably.
Or create your own training.
Or because definitely creating my own.
You also have Learn with Thiago.
Correct.
Which has awesome on-demand training. We don't usually compete with each other. You have the Azure stuff. I have my SharePoint stuff. Everybody's happy. It's fun. But I find that it will be really tough of finding the balance on how do you teach this and still keep it in that, 5.5 hours in theory of training that Microsoft says, because we both like to go above and beyond the Microsoft official courses. That is slides and learn and things like that. We like demos. We like to show stuff. But now we have to show all of SC900, MS900, Copilot for this one. So I think it'll be a big challenge.
Definitely this one here, I think it's going to be a big challenge. I still didn't started planning my content for this, but definitely it's on the plans to start planning, start recording this. And when I saw the objective domain, I actually had the same, ideas. Like, oh my God, this is going to take me like 12, 14, 15 hours of, content to teach all this. But of course, I can't do a 14-hour thing for a fundamental. It's too much for a fundamental. So we actually need to trim down, some of the things over here. And that's going to be hard. And I think it's going to be hard for you too. To find that balance of, should I do this extra demo because it's actually pretty cool and it's great value for the audience, or I should not put it there, okay? So I honestly don't know how I'm going to solve this yet.
Me neither.
It's a problem for the future Thiago, okay? Not for the current Thiago.
We're in December, so this is a 2026 problem.
Exactly, that's for the 2026 Thiago and Vlad problem. Exactly.
I was looking at some stuff, SharePoint Advanced Management is like one line. It took me an hour and a half to present it. Exactly.
What in that I'm going to explain? Just what it is, or am I going to do some demos and actually, and what will I choose to demo that? Exactly. So that's going to be a challenge.
That's me wanting to demo everything, but problem for 2026.
Oh, definitely.
Then the next one I want to talk about, and I'll move over to Architect.
Yes.
Architect is the one that I did not do, and the reason that I did not do it, I'm trying to find it here on the objectives so I can look at them, but looks like Microsoft didn't even...
Updated
They added... No, they didn't add the AB-100 on the poster.
on the poster, not
But
yet.
they added the other ones. They forgot.
Yeah, but they have,
It's okay.
but they have the objective domain already available, and actually it's an exam that if you think AB-900, and I think too, is very wide. Well, AB-100 is even bigger.
That's why I did not took that one.
And actually, for me, to be totally honest with all of the audience, is actually been a big challenge because I work with that stuff. Okay, that's fine. But there's also some touches here and there of things that, look, I don't touch on a daily basis. Especially the Microsoft Dynamics stuff. There's a lot of Dynamics integrations also over there, and Copilot agents in Dynamics that you need to know. So it's going to be a thing for a very specific audience in my own idea. It's not for like everyone, definitely.
No.
Okay.
A lot of things I looked at the objective and I'm like, I have no idea. Like I'm looking at it now. Design connectors for Copilot in Dynamics 365 sales.
Exactly.
I'm lost at 2 different levels here. So you're brave for taking it?
Yeah, I took it, and I have to confess that life got in the way of booking that. So I actually had zero studying, zero prep. And I was just like, well, let me just check the exam. I still don't know the score, okay, because it's a beta. In betas, you only know the score after the beta process is over, after a few weeks. That's the normal. But I found the exam very, very challenging. Okay?
Oh, I bet.
Yes. There were like some questions that still, I was like, oh yeah, that's definitely the answer. There's not even I'm not even having a doubt that that's the right answer. For like half of them were like this for me, but there's the other half that some of them, you can try to figure it out, but there's some others that are like this feels better than the others, but it's a little bit out of my my reach in terms of knowledge because I don't work with this stuff. So actually, if you want to take AB-100, my advice is get proper prep. And when I say proper prep, look, training through videos, training through a classroom training, look, whatever you prefer, hands-on, etc. Look, read all the Microsoft Learn content that there's going to be available for that because there's still nothing right now at the time of the recording of this. We're in December 25, okay? So maybe in early 26 there's going to be something. But actually prep very, very well for that exam. I think that's the advice that I can give.
I think maybe I'll take it in the future. I'm already laughing at how much stuff they have to rename.
Yes.
In all of them.
In all of them. Yeah, especially like AI Foundry.
Azure AI Foundry.
That now it's Microsoft Foundry. And
Dynamics 365, Copilot for Dynamics 365 sales. I think that also changed. Now, we have Work IQ.
Yes.
We have this Work IQ thingy.
There is nothing about Work IQ over there because when they were releasing, they released this before Microsoft Ignite.
This one a bit before, but the other one's like 3 days before.
Yeah, but still before.
Agent 365.
Yes.
Was not there yet.
Now it's there. Yes.
I think we'll get a bunch of updates.
That's a certification that I think to be released out of beta, they actually need to update a lot of the wording about product names that have been changed, and actually some other products that have been introduced, like Work IQ, for example, that I think will be a great match for this certification.
Yeah. Okay. One final question for the AB-100. We both mentioned that it's really wide.
Yeah.
In your experience in enterprises, is there an actual role in the company that does both Power Platform, Dynamics, does it all like that touches AI Foundry? Or is this role a bit like a unicorn that maybe every company has one person that actually does all of this for clients?
I think to be honest, it's a very hard question to answer, by the way, but great question. And for me, it's like this. Depends a lot on the maturity level of the company, the specific company, and also the market. For example, in the North American market, I think it's a little bit more mature, all the power apps and all this part here. And in the European market, not so mature on that level.
Okay.
So I don't see a lot of companies, for example, we're recording this in Europe right now, here in Europe to have that.
Okay.
Maybe, some companies have it, of course. We're trying to generalize in here. Okay, some companies will have that, that's fine. But they need to be like big companies with a very mature level already for this kind of stuff. The regular, even big corp, I don't see it have
they're going to have many, let's say, PL200, PL400, many consultants, many devs, many even power platform architect, but not necessarily the wide one.
Exactly.
So again, I do wonder if this is just Microsoft putting it out there for a goal. We want to have people have this, and we're Microsoft, we're big enough where
they can push the market to have that.
They can push the market to have that.
And I think that's what I want to see from a company like Microsoft, is leading, not following. And I think in here they're taking a risk in leading and finding this new job role that, for the products that we have, for the planning that we have for the future, this is needed. You need companies, you need to have this. And I really enjoy seeing Microsoft, having this leading, role in pushing the market to have basically people.
I wish they just communicated it though.
Or
maybe they don't want to, probably. But yeah. Okay, next up, let's talk about the AB-730 AI Business Professional.
Yeah.
Now, I know this one is one you didn't take.
Not yet, yes.
So,
but I'm actually going to take them next week. I have already.
Next week?
Yeah, I'm taking those two business certifications next week. I think it's going to be Thursday and Wednesday, one in each day. So
you're gonna laugh, but I took this at Ignite and I actually found the 730 tougher than the 900.
Ooh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Two reasons why. First of all, because the AB-900 is a bit more of what I do daily in a way.
Okay.
Admin stuff. And I actually studied a bit for it.
Okay.
This one, it's easy. AI business user. And then I was like, shit, I should have studied. This one, however, what I found is that it's not as wide. But because it's not as wide,
more
it's
specific.
a lot more deep, a lot more specific. So a lot of the things that I haven't done in a while, where you remember it from the more advanced exams, is what tab do you click on to do this? Or out of the different tabs, what section do you go to configure that?
Can you do this feature in this tier?
Yeah. And those are things where I'm kind of on autopilot. I'm not even Copilot. I'm autopilot when I do them. I don't look at a tab name anymore. I open up Agent Builder, I click,
you know where
I
to
know
click.
where to go, but I don't know the name of the tab. I just know where to click. And so I should have studied for that one.
So with this, audience, we get one thing. Even Vlad needs to study for exams, okay?
100% of the time.
Everyone, don't feel super confident when you're going to do exams, because sometimes, even if it's your daily job, there's always specific things that you don't do all the time. Right, so that's a good advice also for me, because I was not planning studying for those, and now I think I need to at least give a good review on the material.
This one is not that many things, so it's really within an hour, you can build everything for here, to do it hands-on. But you just have to watch every click you make.
And the names of the
type, You just have to remember that. That's my only recommendation for this one. I cannot wait to do training for this one, because this one's going to be actually fun to do the training for.
No, definitely.
But it will also be very different to have business users in a training for a Microsoft certification, because usually the goals are different for a business training versus an IT pro certification training.
Yeah, an IT pro usually wants to know how to do things in a general way. And I think business users, when they already come with a problem that they want to solve.
Yeah.
Okay? And you don't know their company, you don't know their constraints, their policies, their internal policies, what they can't do. So sometimes it's actually very challenging for us when we're instructors that were just trying to help them, solve something.
Yeah, this one we're gonna need to say, no, you need to learn this. You need to do it this way. You need to remember this, which most of them, they just want to get stuff done. Like you said, specific business problem, how do I fix it?
How do I solve this problem that I have in my hands? And exactly.
But it's not a cert training, so that'll be interesting. But this one I'm still so excited to start doing content for. Now the last one, the 730. The 731, I'm sorry.
31, yeah. Transformation leader, right?
I'm like, why do they, I feel like the numbers they give are so random sometimes. They're like, 731, not 740. 731.
It's like Lotto, like the lottery, right?
Exactly.
And then we have number.
I feel it's that sometimes. This one was really interesting. And this one, I believe that you were better suited than me for this one because it has both M365 Copilot and a lot of Azure.
Yes. That one I already saw it, yeah.
So that one, you don't only need to know everything in M365 Copilot, M365 Copilot licensing, you also need to know Foundry.
Yeah.
You need to know document intelligence, and you need to know a bunch of other things.
Speech services and
all the different vision, search, things like that. So you need to know all of them. You need to know their licensing, which one's better for a use case. So that one, I'm sure you'll have no problem with. The part that I also, and I studied for this one luckily, I learned my lesson. A lot of the super adoption specialist stuff and ethics.
Yes, with the Microsoft AI ethics framework.
Yes, and there are things that I do adoption in the form of training, but I'm not going to usually be the one that say, first step in implementing Copilot, you should create a chief ethics officer inside your company.
Inside the company, yes.
That's not my usual role. Does it make sense for an AI transformation leader to think at ethics and to plan that? Absolutely. So I agree with the role. But I still think that, especially IT professionals, if you're going for this, learn how Microsoft is thinking about ethics and responsible AI. Learn the Microsoft terminology. And those are sessions that often, even at the SPC here, there's an executive track.
Yes.
Where Microsoft has different types of sessions for transformation leaders. It's not the same content we necessarily get in the tech track.
In the tech tracks, tech tracks is pretty much how to, hey, let's do this. And we have these products, these services, and this is how they work. Let's do some demos. Let's talk about them. In the executive, and I work a lot with the executives in my customers, they don't care what's the service, how it's done, because there's other people to do this. They are more concerned about, things like, for example, ethics. They are concerned about data governance. They're concerned about privacy. This is their concerns, is more this high level concerns, which, look, fair point, both of them are important, okay?
Yeah.
There's not one that I feel, this is more important than the other. I think everything has their space. And I think this certification touches a lot, for example, on the fairness of treating, when you're doing AI algorithms, that you need to think about this, all the responsibility that you have in your hands, because, look, let's be honest, I can train a model, and I can introduce on purpose bias on that model.
Or by accident.
Or by accident, sure thing, yeah. And we need to make sure that we have, guardrails in place so that those things don't happen. And I think this is stuff that, this certification also touches.
Which is, again, I think it's really good.
Yeah,
I think it's
definitely.
Really good. They're going to need to update some stuff, with Work IQ, Agent 365, but...
And some of the wording with the AI services and AI Foundry, which now is Microsoft Foundry, etc. Yeah, but I think that's easy fixes for them to, when they get out of beta.
Yeah. So for everybody watching again, especially if you're an IT pro, try to look at the Microsoft Learn. Understand how Microsoft is pitching this to executives, because you're going to have to think like an executive, not as an IT pro when you do an exam, which is following the exam objective, which is a good thing.
Exactly.
But just a small tip that it's a reframe of how you think at stuff.
And I have a question for you, which is about, do you feel that an IT person should also take this certification? What's your feeling about that?
It's a great question. Do they need to? Absolutely not. So do
Agree.
they need to? Should it be for an IT pro? Should they need to do it? I don't think so. For a consultant, I think they should, because it will force them to understand how to talk, how to present to executives. It will also, I think, force them to understand what are the challenges that executives have that are not related to implementation. Because from an IT pro, you're like, oh, Vlad, I need to do stuff. Here are the analytics. I know the API to give you the prompts. I need all of that. But executives don't care about that stuff. They're all about, at a high level, how do I make sure that I have the right checks in place? Not technical checks, but that I have an ethics committee to review things like that. Which for me, IT pro, Vlad, is here's an output of the data. I don't want to read it. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to know what you do with it. There you go. But the exec needs to know, okay, once they receive that, what do they do with it? What are the next steps, which is what this covers. So I would say it's a good one to have. I would recommend it because it forces you to look at a Copilot, an AI implementation from a different angle, and also understand what your bosses are actually, how do they look at it, and understand their vision. So I say it's recommended, but if any of you managers are out there, I wouldn't force it for bonuses and things like that. I wouldn't force it on people. It shouldn't be mandatory part of the training path.
Should
but
not be like
a recommended one.
Should not be like a KPI that some IT pros need to have, to get promotions or a bonus or something in the end of the year. But I agree totally with you, which is this is a certification that, as an IT pro, my advice is take it, because it's actually always very interesting to see how the leaders need to think about and what they need to know and what they're thinking about, so that you're aligned with with what they're doing. And it's always better to be aligned with the leaders, okay?
Exactly. And also, I think at the end of the day, we said Microsoft is the leader and they're going to decide. Microsoft might make this decision for us because they might say, you need 10 of them to keep your Microsoft
partnership,
solution specializations,
whatever
super badge that you get. They renamed it so much, I always forget it. But they might say you need 5 of them, which will force IT pros to take it in the end of the day. So it might not be a choice once they go. Well, you know what I mean.
Exactly. So for me, it's always nice to be the person that has the certification than the person that doesn't have the certification, and then your company needs someone with the certification. So never forget that.
You're always more valuable if you have them, especially in consulting. But I think we covered all of them. One final question for you, Tiago, before we close this. We also have a bunch of Copilot applied skills.
Oh, yeah.
Did you take any of them yet?
Yeah, I think I already have from Copilot, I think I have 2 only yet, but I have 30-ish, applied skills. My goal is to have all of them, because
Pokemon, gotta catch them all.
Yeah, kind of, But for me, it's a little bit like this. My vision with those is this: even if I don't work with that stuff, that specific technology, that specific service, etc., I think I need to know as a technologist, what's there, what's for, and how it works. Even if I'm not going to work with it on a daily basis, I like to have those just to kind of prove that, hey, look, I know this bare minimum on how this works, okay?
Yeah.
So I think that for me is my goal, is also to push myself to learn new things that I'm always doing. And I think it's important for other people also to do. Because, for example, I started my career back in the days as an IT pro.
Yeah.
Like doing administration on Unix, okay?
Oh, wow.
And Solaris, for the people that don't even know. It's a very old thing, okay? Don't try to search for it.
That's what I learned.
And then I started to be a dev, and I kind of reshaped and, reinvented myself several times. Okay. I started to work with cloud before cloud was cool. Before everyone, when you said, oh, I work with cloud computing, and everyone's like, hey, what's that? They didn't even knew what it was. AI and all that. So I think it's always nice. You might find something that you're passionate about. This seems to be nice. I like this. Yeah. Let me learn more about this. For the Copilots that I took, I don't remember exactly the ones that I took, but I found that they were actually nice. They made me, go and research a little bit more, because I was not actually used to one of the things that I was actually did that applied skill without prepping. So I just clicked the button. Hey, let's push this. I had an hour. Let's push this. And I actually struggled. I still passed with 100%, okay? But I was like...
Only? You could have done better.
But I was like, had to search for where stuff was. Got it?
Yeah.
So I tell everyone, look, check the Learn modules that you have in the applied skill page. Go through them. Maybe you need to spend 4 or 5 hours, 3 hours, something like that, on that. Try to find, some content about that also, online, videos, etc. Vlad also has amazing content on that. I also have some content on another applied skills, to prep people for the applied skill, and then go for it. Okay, they're free, by the way. So, what's the obstacle?
Well, exactly. But that also, do you ever see them or recommend applied skills as a practice for certification?
That's a good thing. Depends on the certifications, I think, because some applied skills, they don't actually match that many, certifications. Some others might. So that's actually a good idea. You can actually just take those 2 applied skills and, they serve as kind of a preparation for the exam X, Y, or Z.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like in the PL, there's like 3 applied skills that I recommend as practice for the PL 200. Mm-hmm. Or the M365 Copilot applied skills, there's 2 of them. There's one for the researcher agent, and there's another one which is, I'll add it in the description below. But I think doing those before the business user would be a great challenge.
Will be a great challenge.
Playing with them and things like that. I think it would be good practice. And like you said, they're free.
Yeah.
They're not proctored. You don't need to schedule. You can do them from whenever, wherever.
Yeah, exactly. You just need to press a button.
And have a good internet connection.
Take assessment. Yeah. And that's it. And then there's like a kind of a virtual environment, like a virtual machine with some goals, not steps, with some goals of what you need to achieve. And look, you just need to basically achieve those goals. They're actually quite nice, to take. And if you fail, you can always take them again. Okay,
there's 72 hours.
Yeah, there's like a time frame.
I did fail some.
Exactly, that you need to wait for. But, if you fail, just prep more. Then take it again 72 hours,
72
right?
72 hours, yeah.
And there you go.
I had one crash on me, so it marked me as failed.
Yeah.
So it happens. It's okay. Sure. You can take it again. I failed Certs as well in the past, so
definitely.
It's normal to fail.
People sometimes they feel that, people that are doing this for some years and they're like very into the training industry, etc. We go to exams and we don't fail on exams. No.
They're difficult for us too.
Yeah. Exactly, especially if, like, for example, AB-100 for me. It's like a brand new certification. There's actually no content to study for when I took it. And sure thing, most probably I will fail on that one. And that's not a shame,
No.
That's definitely not. I'll study harder and next time I will ace it, okay? That's kind of the idea.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Well, Tiago, thank you so much for your time. I'm not going to say good luck. I'll say break a leg on the certifications next week.
Yeah, 731, 730.
And it would be awesome to connect after so you can tell me what did you think about them. Hopefully my tip to study and do them will help you out.
Now,
it cannot hurt you, that's for sure.
Now that you're saying that, I was planning not to study. But now I'm like questioning myself.
1 hour.
I
just
think
do 1 hour of proper hands-on. You'll be good.
And I'll be good. Yeah, just to refresh some of the knowledge. Yeah.
One last question for you.
Sure.
If Microsoft would listen to you with no questions asked, what are 3 certifications you would like them to do in 2026?
Ooh, that's a very good thing to have. I would love to have that power.
Me too, but
I will say a pure dev certification, like coding. Even with, vibe coding and all that, I think even more important than ever, you need to know how to code. Okay, that's my vision about it. So I'll say something around, .NET, Python, like core. Like we used to have that certification in .NET. I think right now maybe it'll be easier to have like a Python certification. I think
maybe with all the AI and everything is way more popular.
Yeah, exactly. I'll say like something like that. That'll be my first one. A second one I would love to have a pure, like, dev certification for SharePoint.
Okay.
Like, you know, like, for example, how to customize SharePoint.
Okay.
SharePoint.
Yeah.
Not the other things around.
I'm surprised you and SharePoint.
I think, but no, I think it's a miss, you know, and I think it's something that
we used to have it, the MS-600.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, exactly. Well, when they replace certifications, when they cancel certifications, when they retire them, hey, it gives a good video.
It does.
But but I would prefer not to do those videos and have the certs. And I still have another one, right? I think I would love to have, you know, a certification like an advanced SharePoint, Azure administration, sorry.
Advanced Azure administration.
I actually have that course myself.
More than the AZ-104?
Yeah, the AZ-104 is actually a little bit lighter, okay, on the topics.
Okay.
And I think we need to go actually deeper in some of the knowledge that is needed there. Like a second level certification that doesn't exist, okay? But
yeah,
it's not like I don't want an expert on administration, okay? That's not what I don't think that we need this. But I think we needed a certification, like more advanced administration certification. Still have the current one. Current one is awesome, okay?
Yeah.
But I think a second one will be actually critical to have.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I think a collab admin.
Okay.
So SharePoint and Teams, Planner, Stream, things like that.
Yeah, it's like to do.
But no Teams voice. So only collaboration, things like that. That would be awesome. Mm-hmm. I wonder if we're gonna get a associate like agent and Copilot administrator.
I think
like that the AB-900 but associate.
Yeah, I think it kind of makes sense. And for what I'm seeing Microsoft going for,
they might
do something around that. Yes.
So that's my second wish list, and the third one is always tougher.
Yeah.
What's the third one that I'll wish for? Come on. I kind of wish we get the PL100 back, the Power Platform App Maker. I feel like the gap between PL900 and PL200 is too big, and Microsoft keeps talking about makers, things like that. And now that we have vibe coding with all the agents, I think there is a need for that there. Mm-hmm. But let's hope. Let's watch this video in a year and see if Microsoft listened to us.
Exactly. I think we need to record this again in a few months.
We don't know where ESPC is next year yet. We'll find out tomorrow.
Yes.
So wherever it is, we'll record a follow-up and see if we were right. But right now, the lights are closing behind us. So I think it's time for us to finish the video. Thiago, thank you so much for your time. And for everybody watching, if you want to connect with Thiago, you'll have all his socials in the description below, as well as a link to learn with Thiago for his awesome courses. Yep. And on the screen right now, you're going to see more awesome content around certification. So make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.